Hey students, Miss Stephanie here with a video on our Tang Soo Do basic stances and the first 4 basic blocks. If you're a beginner student, this is a great video to follow along with, practice the moves and the drills to help build a solid foundation. And if you're a more advanced student, these are still great techniques to come back to and practice and continue to drill because excellent basics makes excellent martial artists. If this is your first time on our channel, make sure you subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that way you get alerts when we upload new training videos to our channel. The first stance I'm going to demonstrate is our horse stance. So with our horse stance, we want to have our feet about 2 shoulder widths apart. We want to make sure that our toes are pointing straight ahead, heels are pushed out, and that our shoulders are nice and square. Our weight is 50-50. And we're gonna sink down like we're sitting down in a chair. Make sure you push your knees out to the side. Don't let your knees knock in like that. The next stance I'm gonna show is our front stance. So we recommend put your hands on your hips for this one so you don't have to worry about your hands. We're gonna do what we call a C step to step into our front stance. So I'm gonna bring that stepping foot in close to my other foot, just barely hover it off the ground. I'm gonna step forward, and as I step forward, I also step out to the side. So we're drawing like a C on the ground with our foot. Our shoulders are gonna be square in this stance. Our front knee is bent 90 degrees. Front foot points straight ahead. Back leg is straight. Back foot points 45 degrees. My weight is actually gonna be forward on this front leg, which is why we call it a front stance. Last stance I'll show is our fighting stance. So to get into the stance, I'm just going to step straight ahead with that front foot. My front foot is going to point straight ahead. My back foot points to the side, slightly forward. My knees are bent. My weight is more to my back leg. My shoulders in this stance are 45 degrees. So I'm not facing forward. I'm not facing all the way to the side. I'm going to have my guard up. My back hand is slightly higher. My front hand is out in front to protect my face. Now that we've covered basic stances, we're going to go into the first 4 basic blocks of Tang Soo Do. The first block that we are going to cover is going to be the low block. So to cover for a low block, you're going to bring that blocking hand on top of the other hand. Hands are going to cover in front of your body to protect the body. My blocking hand is then going to go down in a downward motion. I'm going to pull my other hand to my side in what we call chamber position, just like that. So I am blocking a low attack coming at me. And then to do it on the other side, I'm just gonna put the other hand on top and block down to that side. So to practice that and make sure we're covering properly, we're gonna do 10 of those now, 5 on each side, starting with our left side. So we're gonna cover, make sure that blocking hand is on the top, and block down 1, cover with the blocking hand on the top, block down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to practice 10 blocks from our horse stance position. So ready, cover and 1, cover and 2, nice and strong, cover and 3, cover and 4, cover and 5. Make sure that block is just above the knee, cover and 6, cover and 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, 10, and shake it loose. Next, we're gonna practice that low block from our front stance. So we're gonna start with our left side, covering with that left hand on top. We're gonna do our C step by bringing our foot in, step forward, and as we step out to the side, we block strong, just like that. And then we step back to our Chun-Bi position. And then we try it on the other side. We cover, we bring our foot in, we step out, block nice and strong, making sure we're getting into a really good front stance. So we're going to do that for a total of 10 times, 5 on each side. So cover, step out, C step, low block, and come back to your Chun-Bi position. Cover, other side, that's 2, and back. Cover, 3, cover, 4. Make sure that you're covering with the right hand on top. Cover, 5, cover, 6. Blocking hand is always covering on top for a low block. Cover, 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, and 10. And shake it loose. Next, we're working on our high block. So again, we're going to start in the chumbi position. The difference in our high block is now the blocking hand is going to cover on the bottom. So it goes from low to high. When you do that high block, you want to make sure you rotate the fist up and out. My palm is facing out. My hand here, my arm, is about 45 degrees up and above my forehead, protecting my head right here. Cover, high block 1, cover, 2, cover, 3, cover, 4. Again, make sure you're getting that rotation in. Cover, 5, cover, 6, cover, 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, 10. Now we'll do that block 10 times from our horse stance. Cover, make sure again your blocking hand is covering on the bottom for your high block, and 1, cover, 2, cover, 3, cover, 4, cover, 5, cover, 6, cover, 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, 10. And shake those legs out. And now we're practicing that block, stepping forward, cover, step forward to that left side, high block 1, and step back. Cover, 2, and back. 3, and back. Try to put some speed and strength into it. 4, and back. 5, back. 6, back. 7, and back. 8, back, almost there. 9, back, and 10, and step back. Our next block is going to be our inside to outside block. Just like the high block, our blocking hand is going to cover on the bottom. So if we're starting with our left hand, we're going to put that left hand on the bottom, and then we're going to rotate our hand up and out. So with this block, we are protecting ourselves from an attack coming straight toward our philtrum. Our arm is going to be 120 degrees. I'll show it from the side. So I'm not straight out here. I'm not in too close, somewhere right in between. Cover, and 1, nice and strong. Again, make sure this block is actually covering your face as you execute it. Cover, and 2, cover, 3, cover, 4, cover, 5, cover, 6, cover, 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, and 10, just like that. Now we'll practice that block from our horse stance. So again, covering on the bottom with our inside to outside block, and inside outside block, nice and strong. That's 1, cover, 2, cover, 3, cover, 4, cover, 5, cover, 6, cover, 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, 10. And relax those legs. For this block, I'm going to demonstrate stepping forward into a fighting stance, but you can also practice this block from the front stance just like we did with the low block and the high block. So we're going to start in our chumbi ready stance. We're going to step forward first with our left foot. So we're going to cover with our left foot on the bottom, step straight out, fighting stance, inside outside block. And again, make sure your shoulders are not completely sideways, you're 45 degrees. And then you step back to your chumbi ready stance position. Cover, and 2, and step back. Cover, 3. Really work on making a good fighting stance. Make sure you're doing an L shape with your feet, knees are bent. Cover, 4, cover, 5, cover, 6, cover, 7, cover, 8, cover, 9, cover, 10, and relax. The last block we're going to work on is the outside to inside block. This block looks a little different than the first 3 in that it doesn't cover in front of the body. This block is actually going to cover to the outside, which is why it's called an outside to inside block. We're going to start with that point and cover for that first one, and then block, pull that hand back, Now from here, we're just gonna leave this blocking hand out. So this is sort of protecting us by staying out in front of us here. Also, we're gonna get more power into the next block by pulling it back at the same time. So we're gonna cover and then block, just like that. That's 2. Cover, block, and pull the other hand back to your chamber fast. Cover, block. 4. Cover, block. 5. Make it nice and strong. Cover, block. 6. Cover, block. 7. Cover, block. 8. Cover, block. 9. Cover, block. 10. From our horse stance position, your legs should be feeling good by now, nice and warm. Okay, we're gonna again start with our point for the first block. Cover, out to the side, and block. 1. Cover, block. 2. Cover, block. 3. Cover, block. 4. Cover, block. 5. Cover, block. 6. Cover, block. 7. Cover, block. 8. Cover, block. 9. Cover, block. 10. For the outside to inside block, I'm also going to demonstrate this in the fighting stance. Again, I encourage you to practice it from the front stance position as well. So we're going to start in that Chumbi ready stance. We're going to point and bring our hand back, step forward fighting stance, outside to inside block, just like that. Again, make sure you've got an L shape with your feet, front foot pointing straight ahead, back foot out to the side. Make sure this block is protecting your philtrum, the spot right below your nose. And back, and to the other side. Cover and point, and block, and step back. Cover, and 3. Cover, and 4. Cover, 5. Cover, 6. Cover, 7. Cover, 8. Cover, 9, nice and strong. Cover, and 10. The last part I want to show you guys is how to perform those blocks by moving a couple of steps forward and then turning and going a couple of steps in the other direction. I'm going to demonstrate this from the side. So I'm going to use that inside to outside block to do this drill. I'm going to cover with my blocking hand on the bottom, step forward into a front stance, block. Okay, and then from there I'm going to take one more step forward. I'm going to cover, make sure I C-step, and block. From this position, I'm going to look over my back shoulder, cover, move my back foot over, turn, block, and then from there, cover, step forward, and block. If I'm doing my outside to inside block, it looks a little bit different. So again, I'm going to point with that opposite hand, cover, with my blocking hand out to the side. I step forward in my C-step, outside to inside block. Okay, from there, I'm just going to leave this hand out. I cover, I C-step, block, and chamber. Now, the turn for the outside inside block looks a little different. So I'm going to leave this hand out here. I'm going to look, and when I turn, I'm going to cover with that back hand that's going to do the block. So I look, I pull my foot back, I cover, and then I step out, outside inside block, just like that. So again, you get that pull back from that other hand as you block forward. And then you just cover, take another step forward, and block. Thanks for watching. No matter what level you are or belt rank, I encourage you to practice and repeat these drills to help make sure you have a really strong foundation and good basics. And again, remember that good basics and good foundations make the best martial artists, and all of our more advanced techniques build upon these.